have to like squeeze the bird really hard then.
Just
Would you be applying like hand force or like
Having
What
been
other
a
force?
professional chicken wrangler
hydraulic press?
for several years,
I would,
you don't have to use much force.
I would
However,
like-
I will recommend an Epsom salt bath beforehand.
I would like to hydraulic press my chicken.
That sounds like
I'm
an
sorry?
innuendo.
You heard me.
PETA, if you're listening, thank you, I guess. Subscribe.
Who?
PETA,
PETA.
you know,
Yeah,
the,
Peter,
the
if
Oh.
you're listening, why
traumatized
aren't
boy
you
from the Hunger
subscribed
Games.
yet?
Also,
You
hi, my
stupid
uncle,
idiot.
maybe?
Hello, Jay's uncle. I'm so happy
Hello.
to hear from you.
Also, rest in peace to the subscriber we lost on Thursday.
Oh, we
yeah.
lost a subscriber on Thursday? Boo.
Yeah, someone
Editor, put some
unsubscribed.
bagpipes in, particularly Amazing Grace. I have a little message for them. To our number one hater, I am so sorry for your loss.
I want you to know I have a feeling that we're not going to get the extra sound effect on that one, my guy.
We are most
Probably not.
certainly not going to get
It
that
depends
extra
on how I'm
sound effect.
feeling. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Well, first of all, good brunch to Jinja, Uganda.
Good
Ooh.
brunch, Ginger.
Good brunch,
Good brunch.
Ginger.
And today we're talking about things that should not be integrated with technology.
Yeah.
Oh,
forgot we were doing
went
this episode.
deep diving for this
Yes.
one. so-
Yes.
Oh, where'd my phone go? I had my notes for this one on my phone.
Things that should not be integrated with technology. Phones!
No, phones should have no technology. Yes, thank you.
Do expound.
Tin cans on a string, that's all you need.
So, what brought this whole thing up was the Amazon Web Service crash in October that ended up causing Amazon smart beds to overheat and crash.
Smart beds.
Yes, so they would end up
What the
putting
hell is a
like
smart bed?
locking the beds in positions that the owners didn't want them in, and also like heating them up. And so everybody that had an Amazon smart bed would just got really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds unfortunate, but also like, again, that just kind of plays into the topic. Like, why would you buy a smart bed? Is a regular old mattress not good enough for you? There are people sleeping in the dirt right now.
I mean, I'm sleeping on a really old mattress. I think.
Nuh-uh.
Amazon Smart Dirt.
This is okay, so it's not really old, but in terms of mattresses, it's still pretty old.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've lost track of how old my mattress is. My mattress. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think this mattress I've had since I was 8.
Oh, friend, that mattress is expired.
Oh, it's well beyond expired, but I have a mattress topper, so everything's A-okay.
Riley, what am I looking at here?
That is my contribution to technology that should not be integrated into other technology. That's the CIA's leaked Vault 7, specifically Weeping Angel, and the Weeping Angel project basically made Samsung smart TVs into microphones that recorded everything you said around them and sent them back to the CIA.
Is this new? I thought it was
No,
just
this
assumed
happened in
that.
2017.
Oh,
This is something that was considered like, oh yeah, sure, they're listening to you, smart
Oh.
TVs, and then it was
Turns
actually
out
leaked.
they actually do
but
it.
it's not just smart TVs. It's been confirmed to be available for like my big one is smart, quote unquote, laundry machines, specifically washers and dryers, commercially available. You should not need to connect your washer and dryer to Wi-Fi in order to put it on a light load wash, which my aunt's washer has. Now, anything that has a speaker, not to go crazy, but a little bit crazy, anything that has a speaker has the capability of being a microphone, because microphones and speakers are essentially the same thing.
Yeah, just reverse polarity.
So,
I'm sorry, that just
The way you said that.
it's correct, but
Squidward.
It sounds
Just
sci-fi.
reverse polarity.
Okay, you know
it's
what?
one of those things where if it was developed for Samsung TVs, I am 100% sure it's developed for smart washers. Like,
They're
stupid.
listening.
Well,
Why would
I'm in
you
your
want
smart washer,
that?
SpongeBob.
well, from what you said earlier too, it also sounds like if the Wi-Fi went out, you just couldn't do laundry.
At least not effectively. No. It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
That feels
Also,
really dumb.
kind of along the same lines, doors, like front doors.
Oh yeah,
There was-
smart doors.
Yeah.
What?
And I'm not talking about the like ones with thumbprints or anything like where if there's a fail point for any reason, there's like a secondary key lock. I'm talking entirely digital locks. There was an apartment complex that we had gone and toured before moving in
I
here.
remember
And
these in articles.
Loved the property. The apartments themselves were awful, but one of the many problems with this property that we had is that they were in the middle of renovating, and they seemed to think renovation means entirely throwing away all old systems, which included apparently deadbolts. So the locks they had on these front doors were entirely digital, which means if there was an internet outage, if there was like, I don't know, like an update or it ran out of battery or something, like you're locked out. There was no secondary key, like keyhole for you to be able to manually enter the apartment.
That's
If
You
if
want
for
to know
whatever
how
reason
to break
the-
into those?
Huh?
You want to know how to break into those? Because I watched the lockpicking lawyer do it so many times. You just get a really good neodymium magnet. You can buy them on Amazon.
I
and
love how
it
you're
bypasses the
telling
law.
people how to do the
It's
crime.
very easily accessible information on YouTube. But like any of those digital locks, you put a strong enough magnet up against it, they're dead.
We are
like,
not affiliated with
They don't
anyone
even
that
they don't even
attempts
work
to
anymore.
do
We
this.
aren't
This is for
affiliated with
educational
Riley.
purposes only, and the Brunch of Idiots does not condone breaking into apartments without good reason.
I am not
Nice touch.
sorry for the
Nice
knowledge I have
touch.
acquired.
Yeah, but I can't think of a single situation where I would find that risk outweighed by anything. You know,
Mhm.
the possibility of being locked out or in my apartment is terrifying. I don't know what the insides look like. Maybe they had like a manual switch on the inside. I bet they did, but I didn't look. It was a very quick like look around, like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Okay, let's get out of here. We're not.
Not worth their time.
I definitely have one.
Yeah.
Cars. And I'm not
Oh.
even talking about like self-driving cars because that's a problem within itself. I'm talking about the cars that have like straight up tablets and computers in them
Yeah.
that like the car won't operate if there's something wrong with the computer.
Tesla. What was that?
Well, a lot
Sorry.
of them are like that too. It's just like my dad
Well-
has an Acura.
That
And
also
it's
does
just it's just plain not safe either. Like you said, like all the cars driving around with basically TVs inside these vehicles that are, for many of them, are the primary control panel. So when you're driving and you have like actual physical knobs and switches and whatever and buttons, typically you can operate those without looking because of muscle memory and also touch feel. You can feel around on the control panel without having to divert your attention away from the road. But
Yeah.
if you have a screen and you're like trying to adjust like the air conditioning, or roll down the windows or something, it's like sometimes you have to click on sub menus and stuff, and that's all like touch screen. That's something you have to physically look at in order to confirm you are pressing the right thing.
Yeah.
And it's just extremely dangerous. And then also, what if your car breaks, like with the Cybertrucks when they were crashing, and you just be locked in your vehicle with no AC because you can't open the door. It's dumb.
It's
Stop it.
really horrible. And, people say, oh, this is a problem. We should look into a solution. And the companies that they trust for some reason, to handle this, they're like, all right, get this solution, guys. Self-driving cars, you don't have to be aware of where you're going anymore.
So,
To avoid sounding like a conspiracy theorist, they create problems and then create the solutions for them.
which are
I
an
saw a
entirely
video.
separate problem.
I saw a video, and I need to find it to see if, it can... If y'all will be able to see it too. But it was a video on these self-driving cars, and it was like traffic would vanish, and it was an intersection, and it's all these cars moving at the same time, barely missing each other, because, the algorithm has it perfectly set up. And I'm thinking, this is a nightmare.
Oh no, one of these cars is like a slightly older model and can't talk to the new ones as fast, and there's
It's
a
a
wreck.
half second off.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Or again, if there's anything like down internet wise, the server goes out for a split second. You've got all of these autonomous vehicles hurtling at 80, 90 miles an hour. All of a sudden,
Mock
Oh, just-
Jesus.
My Jesus. But it's one of those things. It's just like, this is a horrible idea.
St. Peter up at the pearly gates, like, why are there so many people here now?
And I'm like, Jimmy Neutron's car is such a failure.
Yeah, like it's an interesting thing to think about.
Oh,
being able to just.
I found something that is very similar here. I'll tag the video in. For those that are wondering, the video is called Autonomous Intersection Management, Traffic Control for the Future. No narration version. But if you go in like 1 minute in, it will show you exactly... You can kind of see it in the preview picture, too.
That is very loud. Good job, Discord.
But yeah, 1 minute in, and this is a nightmare.
I saw a video, and I looked to make sure it wasn't AI, but at this point it's hard to tell. They're doing self-driving car taxi services in larger cities now.
Are they really?
Yes.
Yes.
They are.
And
Holy moly, that's scary.
I have a story about that, but I'll let Riley finish.
well, I've just seen several videos of these going like horrifically wrong, like people getting locked inside of them and being on on the phone with customer service for upwards of 2 hours trying to get it reconnected to the server so that they can get out of the car.
Yeah.
Somebody was driven into the ocean.
That's fun, especially if they were in one of those Tesla cars that locks the doors.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm very anti. Jay, you go first. This is gonna be a long rant.
So I saw somebody on Instagram post a video where they pulled a prank on one of these companies where like 40 people called separate cabs to like a dead end road and then canceled their orders, and they were just all of the company's fleet of self-driving cars were stuck because none of them could figure out how to back out of the alley because it was a one-way.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, self-driving cars.
Back in 2018, I was a part of a group of young adults who would meet at a coffee shop and talk. It was a young adults group for church, but we didn't do a lot of church.
Wait, hold on,
talking at
Riley.
the
You're
time.
slowly fading into the background.
What just
I'm here
happened?
now.
Okay.
It's just
Sorry,
you were
I
talking and
had
just slowly
leaned
getting
back.
quieter and further away.
It's because I was slowly getting further away. I had leaned back in my chair.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. There was this one guy at this group who didn't believe in things getting worse as time went on. Basically, he decided entropy wasn't a thing. And I believe in genetic entropy and, stuff like that. So I would fight him actively, regularly. Because I don't believe that we as a human species are getting smarter, things like that. But his big thing was, oh yeah, I'm going to buy a self-driving car. The self-driving car will be the future. Humans are just so stupid and incapable, and technology is the next phase in human evolution. And he would drone on and on and on about this. He's actually sounded really stupid when you talked to him, but he was trying to sound really smart.
One of those grifters.
He fancied himself an intellectual, but I don't believe that he actually did enough appropriate research to truly call himself one, at least genuinely. That sounds really rude. But y'all know the types, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
So we got into like essentially a screaming match over self-driving cars. Mind you, I was like 20, so I didn't have emotional regulation skills, at least not the same that I do now. And it was a bad time, and he stopped coming to the group after that.
Oh,
No.
is this somebody I know, or is it just...
Yes, you
Wait,
do.
is it- One second, I'm gonna... Where are you? Where'd you go?
I will say
Where
he
are
and
you?
his siblings were very weird folks. I think the oldest one was the most normal, but we never saw him ever.
I do know who you're talking about.
He had very long blonde hair.
Oh!
Yeah.
It was a very weird color. They were a family. That sounds mean. I'm gonna stop being mean.
Let's stop there. Although I was thinking,
Yes.
business idea.
Oh no.
Get ready for this one, y'all. So you know
It's
how there are
just reinventing
sponsors.
the service. But,
No.
Okay.
You know how there are sponsors, right?
yes. Mm-hmm.
We should be anti-sponsors, so people pay us to trash other products.
I don't know if that's gonna be a good business practice. In the
Guerrilla
long run.
commercialism.
In the short, it'll be really funny, right? Because like somebody will be like, "Oh man, hibbity-bibbity-bit," and you're like, "Aha!" And
But
then
you
the-
know how other people have to announce that they're sponsored? We have to announce that we were anti-sponsored.
this
We were
trash
We were
was
paid to
sponsored
talk
by-
trash.
So, if anyone wants us to trash any companies,
We're so good at it.
send us an email.
Oh man.
and the PayPal.
This could get us in so much legal trouble. Let's not do that, actually.
If it's paid contract, they can't do it.
Well, no, but the other company could.
Yeah, there's such thing as defamation lawsuits.
Well, see, but defamation only sticks if you did, if you said bad things that were completely untrue with the specific, oh my goodness.
I see where you're going with
of
this.
being
So this is
harmful.
viable. Yes.
It's the intent to harm that's really hard to prove in court.
Other things that shouldn't be integrated with technology, evidently, is Aiden.
I would be too dangerous. Please do not turn me into a cyborg for humanity's sake.
Send you to the Borg cube.
I mean, technically, we are all cyborgs.
I'm
We,
talking
as
about
humans-
the traditionalist
Okay.
cyborg and not the technical, oh, we can't live without the technologies we have, because yes, that is true, but I'm talking about the Borg, General Grievous.
I
Darth
do not
Vader.
have a pacemaker. I am not a cyborg.
Okay, Jay, let's think about this. Would you have ever attempted to come to our house if you did not have a GPS with you?
Yes. Your house is fairly straightforward to get to.
Okay, what about RJ's?
RJ's not so much.
Yeah.
But I have
So-
been known in the past to memorize street names before I had access to a GPS. That's what I used to do all the time.
My point is, most people are incapable of navigation, finding food for themselves, finding, going to the library and researching things, like, intentionally, without the use of their smart devices. Most people. We have turned ourselves into accidental cyborgs.
They're just not in our bodies yet.
Yeah.
Until Neuralink is going to show up.
I
not getting
will
Neuralink.
die first.
See, this is why Cyberpunk 2077 is such an interesting video game.
The political intrigue.
Yes, right? Because you think about it, and we're talking about, oh, I'm never gonna be a cyborg. Is that kind of mentality going to turn into its own form of racism? I mean, we already have co-opted slurs for robots from media. So,
I
what are we gonna- are
can't
we gonna
believe
start-
that this is a part of a conversation right now. Oh man.
like, but it's true. That's something that is something worth thinking about. Like, what, you know, when I was a teenager, I was convinced that I was going to be, and I probably still would be, a very clones right advocate. Whenever, you know, cloning becomes a thing. I mean, test tube babies are already a thing, so cloning is not too far away. And they're already making brains, like little human.
They are
proto
making
brains in order
brains
to
that are just attached
control
to robotic functions, and it's
yeah.
scary.
So it's one of those things where where's that line, morally speaking, and what are you going to do with it?
I mean, at that point, the moral line's already crossed, in my opinion. But
So are they no longer human if they integrate themselves?
no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's Jurassic Park, right? Like, that's what I'm talking
okay.
about.
You're thinking Jurassic Park. I'm thinking human rights.
I'm thinking the scientists already crossed the line and are horrible people.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
The humans that are victims of this endeavor are still very human.
Fair.
Until they're not.
But then, see, the thing... well, no, I shouldn't go into that. Sorry. Gotta back off.
I will get a shoe.
These are things that keep me up at night. I think about them all the time.
I think you keep yourself up at night, Riley.
That is true.
Why do I? What do you mean by that?
You're too in
Is
your
it
own
not a
head,
valid
Maddie.
thought to have?
It is. No,
It's
you are
valid.
absolutely right. It is, but I'm not. I would rather spend my brain power at the wee hours in the morning looking
to
at
try
wiki
and
pages
sleep.
for D&D stats
Oh
than,
yeah.
Potential world-ending neurological events. Like, I don't want to deal with that.
Hey Riley, if
Yes.
you're wondering about that, have I got the political intrigue for you? My Hero Academia.
Oh my goodness, don't even get me started. It's not just My Hero Academia, right? Because it was touched on, that the whole concept was touched on in Avatar The Last Airbender. Like, there being quirkless or powerless people and powerful people. But then you have even newer media like Dispatch, where that's a whole thing too. And the questions, I have so many questions. And nobody will answer them.
I feel
because
like
there are
Dispatch
no answers.
is another prime example of why humans should not be integrated with technology.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Spoilers for episode 8 of Dispatch. Anyway, moving on.
So here's another one. Ovens.
Yep. Now, that one is harder to... You are correct. If the oven loses all functionality when the internet stops. I can understand why it would be attracted to have a remote start oven if you cook recipes that take a long time to make, or if you are a very busy person.
Mm-hmm.
However, at the same time, an unattended oven is incredibly unsafe.
Yes. I think we all need to go back to wood-burning stoves. Let's all grow trees in our backyard.
I don't think that's the solution either. I quite like my gas stove.
Nope.
Mine's actually not gas.
All right,
it is
everyone, let's
electric.
get our gas processing units built up in our backyard.
You can just put a converter into a gas stove and just make it propane.
All right, everybody, let's break out our propane
Anyway,
tanks.
printers.
Yes!
So we actually got my dad a printer for Christmas a couple years back now, and we've never been able to get the thing working properly because my parents will not leave it plugged in, because they, like, if they're not using something like a printer all the time, they just unplug it. Problem is, because it needs Wi-Fi to connect to tell the servers to order more ink, even though we told it not to.
Is this an
it-
HP printer?
I believe it's an HP printer.
I hate HP.
But
Mhm.
it's
Go die in a hole.
It's so bad. But every time they unplug it, it'll disconnect from the internet. And so you have to go through the whole process again to get it set back up on the internet. So we have a new printer, but it doesn't even work because my parents won't leave it plugged in, and they can't be bothered to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. Plus, it'll automatically order ink, which we don't want it to.
Because that stuff's expensive. You would think it was made out of gold.
It's so dumb.
I just
so
found
dumb.
something that was stupid, it's an ad on my phone
Oh.
that just randomly popped up. It's a digital tape measure that shows you the marking, like where the marking is.
What? Like, so I understand. I know there are digital tape measures that they have like a screen on them, right? And they have like a regular tape measure. So if you want, you could read it, manually, like you're like normal. But it also has a screen on it, so it'll show you the exact length of what you've pulled out.
Yes.
Now that's kind of nice. But if it shows you the that feels really dumb. If I'm understanding what you're telling me correctly, that feels really dumb.
Yeah, it shows you the tape measure scale.
So, kind of backtracking a little bit back to printers, because this is something that I have to deal with daily due to work. Why the hell hasn't printer technology actually improved since the invention of the printer? They keep adding more stuff to printers, and they haven't fixed the actual issues of it not printing, but it being the printer queue, and you try to cancel it, or you'll keep trying to print it, and you just end up with 15 copies, or it'll run out of like one specific type of color, and it's still making you replace just a print in black and white.
Would you like an official IT answer
No!
from my IT
I want
school?
solutions!
You're not going to get any. Because
I know.
my professors were all like, printers are black magic. Nobody knows how they actually work. They just work. Sometimes when they don't smell fear or desperation or any sense of being needed.
So, that's ink printers. How do laser printers work? Do they literally use a laser to, like, burn into the paper the thing?
Oh no, they also use ink.
Yeah.
Why are they called laser printers? Sorry.
So, let's see.
I just...
We had a laser printer at our work, and it uses ink.
It doesn't
think it's
use...
that the laser scans it.
Scans what? Scan...
No, it's...
Maybe it dries it faster?
The printer projects a laser onto a photosensitive drum in order to create an electrostatic image. And then toner powder, which is the quote-unquote ink, sticks to the electrostatic image. And then it feeds that paper through a hot drum that fuses the toner onto the paper. Which is why laser printed images come out hot.
I think it would be a lot cooler if they used like a relatively like not low powered but like low enough that it like burns stuff and just laser print paper on paper, like actually just use the laser straight up.
How is that going to produce color?
Well, it would be a black and white printer, but if I'm printing an essay, all I need is black and white.
Oh, that's essentially just a receipt paper printer.
85% of the things that I need to print in my day-to-day basis can be done black and white. Like, if I need to print, like, a character sheet, that can be done black and white. I don't need color on that.
You would need a thermal paper in order to do that.
Okay.
Because normal paper is far too flammable. The problem is you can't write very well on thermal paper. That's receipt paper. You
Anyway.
basically want a giant receipt printer. But, like, that uses lasers instead of just random heating elements.
Yeah. Lasers. Play the freaking
It does
lasers
use
song.
lasers. A laser printer does use lasers. It uses
I feel like
lasers
it's
and
falsely
static
advertised.
electricity.
I want my laser printer to laser engrave my paper millimeters deep so that I can read it.
You
Now what you need is one of those...
engrave your paper millimeters deep.
Yeah, get one of those wood
Paper is
ones.
a
Get
millimeter.
Get a laser cutter and some wood, and you could laser engrave on like the thin wood. See?
And Lord.
Are you hearing
Has
this,
science
RJ?
gone too far?
Yeah, I am.
This is nonsense.
Bringing it back to technology.
We never left technology.
No, to real technology that I know exists.
Make it exist, Aiden.
I'm stepping away from this idea.
Anyway, you were saying.
I have family members that have this one, a smart fridge.
Yes. The classic Samsung smart fridge.
It's the kind that like
CIA will say
controls
that's
the
right.
temperature on the inside.
I just like what's wrong with the fridge as is. I miss when fridges actually had like space.
You've seen
And
those
did their
old-timey
job.
fridges that have like all the features inside of them, the technical features?
Mm-hmm.
Those were the days, apparently.
You're talking about like
for
those
fridges.
fridges from like the 50s or 60s that actually had like double hinged doors so you could open them from
Yeah.
either side. They had like
Yeah.
revolving shelves on the inside, like dedicated spots for specific items.
You
Like I know some
it.
have like egg trays or whatever now, but like features on old like 60s refrigerators were just absolutely insane.
That's one of those old tech things that I wish we just kept.
Yep.
We've
Also,
had
they just looked cooler.
the same fridge in our house since I was born, I think. And the same oven.
Nice.
We've had quite a few, but
And within a similar variety as like those fridges. Oh shoot, nope. I forgot it. There was another old tech thing I wanted to bring up that was like, this was really cool. But I can't remember what it is now. Old fridges. Oh, light bulbs, which like I'm
yeah.
talking about Edison light bulbs, the ones that take more than 200 years and are still burning.
has
Yeah.
it been more than 200 years?
I'm pretty sure it has at this point. Let me do
Hold,
some
please.
research.
Holding.
No, it's 124 years old.
It's
Still though, a lot longer than the ones we have now.
Yep.
Why did
Oh.
we make them so replaceable?
I watched an electrical engineer break down, I don't know, yeah, it was an electrical engineer, break down why LED lights suck as far as their colors are concerned.
Oh,
Why
yes.
is that?
It's
Yes, I've seen this
fascinating.
video.
Educate me.
So LEDs are cool because, I mean, literally and figuratively, they're cool because they are set up where they basically have no flicker. They light up with both flows of current, right? The problem is they basically only show blue light. That is their only capability because of the kind of diode that they are or whatever. I can't remember exactly. Whereas incandescent has like a nice bell curve on the light spectrum where it kind of leads a little bit warm, but it has the capability of showing the entire spectrum. LED lights are almost completely incapable. Even the newer ones that have like the true tone warm lighting, they still have a huge blue spike in them. So they are incapable of producing the tones that are warm and comforting.
Interesting.
Was this the Instagram reel with the Christmas lights?
Yes.
Okay. Matt sent me the first one and I found the follow-up video.
I watched both of them. I was like, this is fascinating.
Hi, Matthew.
I
Hi,
think
Matthew.
he watches these.
That's okay.
The
I'll try to
trainer.
keep this
Anyway.
one specifically.
So, yeah. Wish light bulbs would be like they were kind of initially designed to be.
Oh, you know, speaking of annoying light bulbs, my aunt at her house has smart light bulbs. that have like remote controls for each light bulb. And there's no real, if you don't know the brand of light bulb, you don't have any instructions on how to control said light bulb. So you're sitting there with a remote trying to figure out how all of the lights in the living room turned purple. And you can't turn them back to normal color. So you're sitting at midnight in this giant house. It's cold, and the only protection you have are 2 French bulldogs, and the lights are dark purple.
I think between the 2 of those dogs, you only have 1 dog.
Not even. I have half a dog.
I was gonna say, like, between the 2 of you, 0.5 of a dog.
I was going to be generous and say 3/4, but okay.
So kind of you to be generous, but Tebow has all of the brain cells, and Deuce has no brain cells. So the only thing he brings to the table is bigness, and he doesn't have that either. So, yeah. I saw a divorce lawyer today. This is relevant to the technology thing.
Yeah, no, I'm following.
Talking about one of the wildest cases she had in order to prove infidelity. And the husband of this poor woman would turn off their Ring camera, like disconnect it from the Wi-Fi so that it wouldn't catch him bringing his side lady in, right? But they had a smart dog feeder that had a microphone and speaker in it.
Oh, no.
My goodness.
Imagine
And
getting
he
caught
was
cheating
caught
from a dog feeder.
Cheating on a dog feeder.
Oh,
That's wild.
That's
How do
gotta
you
be
even
the best
think
court
to
case
check
to sit
that?
on.
Right? The thing is, right, she checked it every day because she wanted to make sure the dog was getting fed on time and everything. Well, you know, 1 minute you're checking to see if your dog's getting fed appropriately. The next minute you hear your husband and his boo thing doing the hanky-panky in the same room.
Oh my god.
And that's how
Wait
that
a second.
happened.
Something ain't right.
Something's
Those sounds
wrong.
aren't dog
I can
eating
feel it.
sounds.
That's not the crunch of a little Skippy's mouth munching some food.
Those licks don't sound like little
Skippy,
Jimmy.
no!
Skippy!
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 Have you all seen that Key and Peele skit?
No.
There's like a guy and he's confronting his wife. He's like, "You're sleeping with a dog, aren't you?" And she's like, "What?" And he there's a dog toy and he's like, "I found this in the laundry." And the guy is like trying to sneak out of the house in like a towel, right? Because he had just showered there. And the dude sees him and he goes, "I just want you to know your dog ruined an 8-year marriage," or something like that. Just completely not even putting 2 and 2 together. It was funny. Anyway.
Wild.
What? Oh no.
Yeah, I have a friend who I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
What?
Thanks.
Oh, goodness.
Well,
No.
Story
It
for
was
after
in
the
regards
recording.
to the dog feeder. It was a story for a different time.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Sorry, I know that was a bad.
That was a horrible segue.
You're like,
Sorry, my brain is not.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, ow, my shoulder just popped. It's not really like a technology thing, and I know this is a whole separate topic, because AI is like a big topic of discussion right now. But AI everything, Like
Yep.
AI, the word AI, or I guess the letters AI are on like everything. Like, have you seen like the screen protectors for phones or devices that'll say AI ready or something like that?
What?
Like,
Yep.
what does that have to do with the phone?
You know,
That's
you
not
know
how
what's
AI works.
frustrating too about seeing AI everywhere, just on things, right? Is when the first time you learned AI, the acronym, was from artificial insemination
Wh-
No.
So-
for cows.
I know
Oh,
you had a
goodness.
very different upbringing than I did. Because I would have never.
I didn't think about that.
Nope.
The first, however many years of my life, AI, and my mom's, but more specifically my mom's, AI meant artificial insemination, not artificial intelligence. Oh my goodness, that was hard for me to say. So, there's that for you. The AI at our work is directly fed from internal documents for work,
Uh-huh.
and it's the AI that interacts with customers. This is one of those, and nothing can go wrong.
Oh, no, wrong.
Because sometimes a customer will ask a question of the AI, and the AI will answer according to such and such document in this folder on the Google Drive. This
Let
is
me
the
give
answer
you
to
the
your question.
specific location. Here, would you like our files?
That is exactly it. And I don't work for, anybody that has super confidential stuff. That would be stupid. But like still, I'm over here like, hey, should we be letting it do that? And my boss is like, yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, sure. That doesn't bother me at all.
This is why your company's going under. Did I say that out loud?
You did, but that's okay because nobody in my company knows
Insider
this podcast
trading.
exists.
Oh, man.
Well, no, I guess one of my coworkers knows that it exists because he's on our Discord server. Hi,
On.
Pat.
We're saying hi to a lot of people.
Hi. Hello, everybody we know.
We're just gonna shout out everyone.
Oh.
So shout out to I'm just kidding.
Shout out to Markiplier.
Markiplier, if you ever see this.
This is for you.
On the subject of AI, not necessarily on like technology integration, but like I've seen it so much about AI just stealing all of the parts for like home PCs. Like RAM
Yes,
prices have shot
they're
up,
taking
CPU prices
RAM.
have shot up, are going to, GPU prices are going to shoot up here soon as well.
Yeah.
Like it's all gone.
I've
pot.
kept a bit of like a shopping list on Amazon for PC parts that I want to build eventually. And I got like a price change notification. And I went and I looked and it was like, yeah, these RAM sticks that you were looking at went from like $150 to $984.
Yep.
Yeah.
RAM
Oh.
is.
Okay. Yeah, that's a reasonable price change for sure.
Yep.
It's
It
utterly absurd, and I was trying to get some GPUs recently while they were on sale for like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I never stood a chance.
no.
Nope.
They were gone in
it's like
seconds.
the week before the Black Friday sale. it's $150. The day of Black Friday sale, it's $500, 50% off.
Well, so the GPUs on Newegg have actually been on a decent sale because I was looking at the 5070s. And I'm getting way off topic here, but
I will.
I mean, it's
I
still
have one
technology.
more if we can fit it.
yeah, we got time, I think.
We got time.
The let's say the entertainment via cinema.
Cinemark.
Making movies or TV stuff like that. Technology via AI with writing, or just the amount of content that producers are trying to shove out there. It's really not good at all. I think we need to go back to where movies took longer and were better.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately you wouldn't be able to tell, but they do have better technology in like CGI and stuff. But you can't tell because they're pushing it so quickly that they can't actually spend time on it.
Yeah. Well, that and not paying the artists enough, but
Yeah,
True, yeah.
exactly.
There have been.
And
Go ahead, sorry.
And like I said, with the writing, a lot of people, heck, there are coworkers of mine that use AI to write emails, and I'm thinking, holy moly.
It's an email. It takes 2 minutes.
at most. I always found it kind
Yeah.
of funny because in my line of work, I see those sometimes, and you can always tell immediately because it's just so depersonalized that you can just tell immediately that they didn't write it. And it's like, well, then at that point, what's the point?
Yeah. What are we doing here? And I feel that we need to really take a step back as a people in general for those sorts of things and go, what is this? What are we trying to accomplish here? What are we doing? We got to look at ourselves in the mirror like we're midlife crisis as
We kind of
humanity.
are.
I mean,
And ask the human what we really want out of this.
I mean, there was a pretty decently sized scandal recently. I say scandal, with AI dubbing for an anime on Amazon Prime,
I've seen
yeah.
it, yeah.
and I was like, why? Like, I understand. Oh, we don't want to spend money, but like, people will know, and obviously they did. It's like, you can't beat people for especially like voices of all things. I mean, I think even like One Punch Man recently had issue. Well, season 3's had a lot of issues outside of just
Yeah.
AI animation, but like AI as a whole is
ruining
or at least
us.
the modern implications of it. Because I know there's been like. I saw a whole video one time of like, yeah, if you wanted to get rid of all AI, you'd lose a lot more than what AI is, what we
It's
colloquially think
just
of currently.
LLMs that are the issue. It's really just the LLMs. Well, and the data centers that they require in order to. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that I was thinking of going back to movies though was like Disney stealing the faces of dead actors.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that should be something that never happened, and it's disgusting that it did.
When was the first time they did that? Was that in was that in Rogue One that the first time they did that?
I think so.
No, actually, The Last Jedi, they technically weren't able to have finished it if they didn't use that
Carrie Fisher.
technology for some things because Carrie Fisher passed away.
Did that come out before Rogue One?
I think Rogue One came out first because I think it
did.
went.
It did.
Okay.
Force
Sorry.
Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi.
Because I
and
know
then
they
whatever
use it
else. I don't
on
know.
Target.
Yeah.
Yes, they use Peter Cushing's image and body
Yeah.
digitally.
I feel like I talked about this before on the podcast. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. And I don't know for sure. This is based off of some spotty memory from before, but I swear someone was talking about Disney wanting to do or wanting to implement something where they essentially pay an actor. And again, I have not confirmed any of this information, so this is not fact. This is just me rambling. But I saw something where someone was talking about this company, presumably Disney, based off of what I read, that was wanting to essentially pay actors a one-time fee to scan them, essentially, and essentially archive their likeness and their voice. So they basically can recreate this person in any film that they want, as many times as they want without paying the person royalties. They only pay them the one-time fee for essentially their likeness, and they can just use it however and how often they want. And again, I have not confirmed any of this information, but it does sound like something Disney would try to do.
I would
Yeah.
have less of a problem with it if they at the very least paid royalties.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if it's like, oh hey, one time big fee, and then anytime you use my likeness in anything, you pay me out at least a little bit for it, right? Like a small percentage. But if it's we're using
but
AI
the more
for
and
other
more
things.
you step away from using the human talent, the more you step away from that, the less you're able to connect with the film, I think. And I feel like that's part of the reason why movies suck nowadays, is because they're taking away so much of the human element. And even like, if you look at, because I went and recently saw Wicked with Aaron, the second one, and it sucked in comparison to the first one. The first one was actually good. I liked it, which is surprising. And the second one, awful. And I feel like a big part of that was due to them green screening like so much of the movie rather than having actual sets like they did in the first movie. Like there's like that scene in the library. I think it was Dancing Through Life is the song. They actually had the whole thing like constructed and built that they shot on. And like there's like a whole big wheel where people would do all these like acrobatics and stuff. And they just everything was just a blue screen in the second movie. So I don't know.
And I know a lot of people are also really concerned about losing the creativity and stuff in for the Warner's Brothers studios, game studios, especially with the Netflix acquisition. So
yeah, have you seen the list of all the
huge.
rights that Netflix owns now?
It's massive.
It's massive.
Well, hold on. Did it go through
Yeah.
proper antitrust? Because last I heard, yeah, they purchased it, but in order to make sure it's 100% legal, it has to go through the antitrust process first.
I'm sure that won't be a problem though.
It won't, but one can hope.
Yeah.
Anyway, Aiden, you have words.
Yes, I do.
Woo!
These words were brought. These words were brought by this podcast, but our podcast was brought to you by these words. That's what I meant to say. Goodness me. Our number one hater: smart beds, weeping angel, scary cars, cyborgs, political intrigue, fancy fridges, Skippy, artificial intelligence, the House of Mouse. Thank you for listening.
That's beautiful.
Artificial
Intelligence?
intelligence.
Well, thank you for joining us for brunch today, everybody, and good brunch to Ginger Uganda.
Good
Ginger
brunch,
Uganda.
Ginger.
Good brunch and
brunch.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Do you think that I could get